Having a nicely recorded Gong sample is a swell addition to my sound library. I'm excited to see what I can do to create an instrument out of it. Cymbals or gong sounds produce spectra that are rich in inharmonic partials but give no impression of implying any particular pitch. To give my gong the illusion of pitch, I loaded up Robert Hunke's Granulator 2 instrument. It's a granular sampler and a free download pack for Ableton Suite users that are using Max for Live. For those of you unfamiliar, granular synthesis breaks down audio into tiny portions called grains. This process makes it possible to adjust the speed, the pitch, and the format characteristics of audio samples independently of one another. Granular synthesis is the secret behind most warping algorithms, as it adjusts the pitch and time independently by adjusting individual grains rather than stretching the entire sample. Granulator 2 creates a constant stream of short crossfading sections of the source sample. Pitch, position, and volume of each grain can be modulated in ways to create a vast variety of captivating sounds. I'll load in one of my gong samples and walk you through some of the useful features. Two of the most important parameters are the grain size and file position. Use the file position to locate the portion of audio you desire, or you can simply click on the waveform. The grain size determines how many samples are played back per second. The length dramatically affects how the sound source sounds when played back. I'll use a shorter grain length, which will repeat only a short segment. I'll fine-tune the file position to get rid of any clicks or pops. At this particular grain size setting, it sounds dark and moody. I'll change it up a bit to make it a tad less dismal. Not bad for something that was non-pitched a couple of minutes ago. I'll add in some of the spread parameter to give it wider dimension. This will detune the right and left channel's grain frequency. Very lovely. Like most synthesizers, Granulator 2 has an LFO. This won't do you much good though unless you assign it to a particular destination. I'll assign the LFO to the grain size. Currently the LFO is set to slow, which means it scans more slowly. If I click this off, it'll cycle at a faster rate. Granulator 2 has 8 different types of LFO wave shapes. As you might notice, these create very dramatically different results. I'll go ahead and switch the LFO off for now. Granulator 2 has 2 different pages, grain and filter. Filter view gives us a filter section, plus a whole lot more options. Indeed, I do love myself some FM. FM frequency controls the modulation frequency applied to each grain. FM controls the depth or amount of FM. Smaller frequency amounts give my instrument a nice shimmery effect, while larger amounts make it, well, pretty crazy. I also have a filter section with standard filter options. I'll apply a low pass and modulate. I can use the envelope to control the filter and FM modulation using the standard ADSR controls. I'll set the envelope amounts for each destination. It's pretty amazing to think that this started out as a simple inharmonic gong sample. Time to throw in some randomness. This feature adds random pitch variation to each grain and can get quite extreme at high settings. Pretty cosmic sounding. Granulator 2 is one of my all-time favorite tools, and it's a great way to add a lot of content with a very little bit of audio. There are many more parameters to explore, but I'll let you investigate further on your own. It's time to move on to using lavalier mics.